Hi, and welcome to Angel Messages with Elena. I want to thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for taking the time to checking out what is going on for this week of March 4th to March 10th. I will be using angel cards. These are by Radley Valentine. They're beautiful. They have lots of gold on them. And then I'm also using the energy cards by Sharon Ann Taylor. They're beautiful. So we'll go through the week and we'll talk about many different things, but we'll talk about the meaning of the weekday, the chakra that is assigned for this week, because each week will change, but Saturday will stay the same. It's always about the roots, and it's about the daughter. So yeah, and each and every week you're going to learn more and more about that. And then we're going into the cards that were pulled from the Angel Guardian cards, and also the energy oracle cards. And then there's a month that has been assigned to them, and the months don't mean that that's going to happen at that month. This is the meaning of the names, and if we have time, we'll talk about the numbers. And this is like my second time of doing this with the months, so I don't want my videos to get too long. I've already did like a fast play. And also, I am going to have an MP3 that you can purchase off of my online store. It would be $3.69, and more than likely will be between 14 and 15 minutes for 2 MP3s for that price. So thank you for joining me. And let's get into it. Today is Mountain Monday. I call it about the leadership, and that you're not alone, but how to rise up and be the leadership that you are being called to be. Because we all have something to share. So even as parents, and you don't have to, be somebody who's like presidential thing, but maybe that is. Dream big. So the chakras that we want to talk about today is about the third eye, and also about the throat and communication. So this is also about coming together as family. And into this week, we're looking into a retrograde that is going to be happening tomorrow. So we need to really be careful in how we say things, because you'll find out the rest of this week as we go along why. And also the third eye is about the sight, but I also see as a masculine, the sun and creativity a part of it too. So be careful what you see, and it's also how others perceive us and how we look to them, because we are their mirror image, or sometimes things come up that actually affects them and they're not even knowing it, but it's how we speak it out in love. So the first card that was pulled, it is the Five of Emotion. So this is a beautiful, and I love the pink roses in here. It's just roses there's just so healing about them. So today is a day of forgiveness, and you want to really focus on what about myself that I need to forgive, because it's really asking you to get past this so that you can have a fulfillment and propel your momentum that at the end of this week. So if you have something that maybe you're holding onto a grudge, it's time to let that grudge go. Write it down that person's dead and gone. Make a phone call. If they don't answer, it's okay. Write it down, burn it up. Past is past. It's time for you to move on. If it's grief, this is something that if what's holding you back, if you have been diagnosed with different things, just know that some of the basis and your root is probably from grief that you haven't handled, or it could be genetically passed down in your DNA that a grief hasn't been handled. So on the behalf of your ancestors, or on the behalf of yourself, let's get through that grieving process, because we don't want nothing to hold you back. we have to change our focus this week as well. So today is the day to change that focus, and how to speak, and how to forgive others, how to forgive yourself. Okay, and then the card that was pulled, energy card, is the envy. Are you looking around and you're looking at things like, oh, I want to be like them, and ooh, big house, and then you're coveting? So we're not to covet, and that's where you're like, I really want that, I want that, I want that. Well, because if you haven't noticed, the 10 Commandments is actually for the goddess culture. But you didn't know that. Do not kill, do not covet. This is so that we appreciate the things that we do have, and this is the counting of your blessings. This is asking for the thankfulness to be spoken today. You be grateful for what you have. And an example of this is I have like 2 to 3 feet of weeds in my yard. I'm out in the desert. We've had lots of blessings of rain, and horses are in the mud. So instead of looking out at it negatively, I just like, thank you, Father, for this beautiful green grass. Thank you for all the greenery, and reminding me that life is blooming and it's happening right now. And then with my horses, instead of looking at them that they're full of mud, it's like, thank you for my healthy horses. Thank you for this mud that they can roll in. So it is about a perception and changing your focus. And then we come into the month of July, and the meaning is, okay, there might be a rebellious side to you. It's good if it liberates you and helps other people, but it's not so good if you keep putting out that negative and you're not getting any results. Then we need to change our focus and how we speak it, because there is a difference. And also, this is about a birth, a release, so to speak. So it's like the birthing of a nation happened for us in the United States on July 4th, the 7-4, which comes down to the 11, and you got lots of leadership and awareness and being prepared. It also was a birthday to Julius Caesar. He wanted this day to be a commemoration of his birth. And what we can understand about Julius is that it means hair, it means bluish gray. Caesar, and downy beard, and the word devoted to Jove. And Jove means Jupiter. And have you ever heard of this, like, by Jove, you've got it? Well, that means that there was a lightning, an epiphany, an awakening that happened of understanding. So this is a day of the meaning that is just like, you're going to understand as you go along the end of this week. And this is going to propel you into big and wonderful things that is a birth and a great awakening. Okay, so there's an understanding. Also, Caesar, it comes from the word cesarean. It means cut out of the womb. Some of you have been wakened up earlier to make all this happen. So it's like getting all of you ready for this big and great awakening. And this is also a title that he had given himself, was Divine Savior of the World. So we have a Savior who's coming into the mix for those who are just not getting it and how to handle this great awakening. And then there's those that have been like myself and others who have healed themselves and awakened and saved ourselves. So there's two. And then it was also a reference to the man of God. So we can also say the woman of God, because there's a lot of women who do come to my channel. So understanding that this is the meanings of the month and how it's rotating into today's Leadership Monday. And then we can go into, I will do another video about the days of the week to the planets and the astrology part of it as well. Tuesday, March 5th. Retrograde. All right, so communication is like going to be a big deal. That's why the throat chakra for Monday was a big thing. So this is also about the throat chakra, the family, and yeah, so today is really about the connection that we're making with other people, right? Perception and how they perceive us. And when we make that kind of connections, and also reconnecting and reuniting is also a part of this day. So it's careful how we speak it. It's careful how you write it, because there's a lot of been misinterpretation over millions of years that we're just understanding what the true communication is. So sometimes it's easier to speak it, but there's a way to speak it. So the card that was pulled was the Three of Emotion. Isn't that just beautiful? It means wonderful news is on the way. Woohoo! It's on the way. So if you've been working with manifestation and it's like, it's not here. Well, today you have the insurance of this faith day. So Tuesday is the twos, is the powers of the Kahil, is a powerful force to be reckoned with. This is like the faith day of all faith days, is Tuesdays. And it's about the woman, it's about the child, it's about the body, it's about the temple, it's about igniting the pineal glands through the Ark of the Covenant and the Oracle. So all these things are happening on Tuesday. So assurance and trust and faith also happens on this day. So you got the assurance card. It's happening. You're going to get news and announcements of engagements, of weddings, of births, of graduations, all of these things. There's new friends who are coming to the table to help. There's new communities that are being growing, or maybe you need to start that community. There's new beginnings, but there's closings. So it's like closing of deals, closings of homes. But new things are coming out of it. So it's like, well, if this home is closed, you have a new home, or building a new home. There's a new project on the way. This is like, it is like was one birth, and now we're looking at another birth, another gestation period. So so be open that something else is coming to the table. So it's just bringing more things. So now we have the energy card is the woman holding a coin. Isn't she beautiful? And I love that. Royalty. I even changed my nails colors and put sparkles in it. And this is a woman who is helping with industry. She's going to help you with this new project that, this is one of your new friends that you're going to do a collab with. This is, is making the project better. So you don't have to worry about, the envy part. Is she going to take over? No, you come into it with an open heart, and so is this person. It could be a mentorship as well. So something that is going to keep enhancing what you're putting out there is going to keep growing. Okay, then we have the World card. This is like in a major arcana for a lot of the tarot, but in an energy card for me is like it's shiny, it's illuminating, even in the darkness. This perfect order that's coming out of chaos. This is a time of reflection. This is a time of water and to flow and, and looking back in the past, not to stay in it, but to move forward. This is that the world is awaiting it. And I love how there's water lilies. Water lilies reminds us of the mother and how we're all connected as children. So that is just beautiful. So there's a lot of feminine energy into to this Tuesday in the twos. So it's like really magnified tomorrow. You're going to really feel it as we go into retrograde. So really keep tapping into that divine intuition and that divine angelic guidance, because it's powerful. I even had a video that I posted on my Facebook page and Instagram of how the sun was shining. Right now, the sun's not shining on this, but I just had prisms and rainbows. And rainbows means a covenant and a promise that is coming to us. So all of these things, we can start expecting it on Tuesday. And then we have the sun. So you got divine masculine that is walking to the table. You got creativity. You got knowledge. All these things are at your fingertips tomorrow. So don't look at it going, oh, retrograde. Look at it as like, wow, this is really cool energy. I never felt it this way before because we always dreaded it. Now let's get into it and let's tap into it. So, and then also, so it might just be that there's a feminine and there's a water in there too. So yeah, this is like a Super Bowl. Super Bowl. It's like Superman, Super Bowl. This is the Super Bowl of all bowls that you ever, because it is in the bowl, isn't it? That's a divine, divine angels are saying it's a Super Bowl, it's a cleansing bowl. This is a time, super powerful day tomorrow for feminine energy. So tap into it. Okay, so then you want to tap into Monday's definition for the July. This is again about freedom, and it's about tapping the rebellious to make it better. This is tapping into the birthing process, that you're being cut out, that this is happening right now. So it's super cleansing. Woo-wee. So now people are getting more on the page and the table. And Wednesday is about unity. It's about being on top, divine coming on top of us, and we're meeting divine in the center. We are joining the masculine and joining into the feminine. So this is what's coming to the table for Wednesday. It's water. It's a fluid. It can be emotional. It's like, but water's on the bridge, so it's not affecting us that way. It's about definitely the unity in the marriage. And then the heart chakra is the miracles, right? The 528 is the megahertz for miracles. So if you're looking for that miracle, it's happening. This day is the day to focus on that. Focus on the healing of the heart and openness of the heart. We are got the 6 of the abundance, and I really love the pink and the red again, because it's passionate, it's loving. Roses are very healing, and it's too it could be for a couple of people. It could be for a person who is really balanced in the divine and the masculine. It's learning about and really getting into both of those divinities and understanding. So this is like heavenly abundance is pouring down on you today. And it's pouring. It's like, whoo, it's blessings. It's so unexpected that you're going to be, wow, that was magic. Okay, this is how special it is going to be today on March 6th. So accept it with humility, because remember, we have to be careful on how others perceive us. And it's just like, oh yeah, I was thinking, that was needed like right now, or I needed that last week. No, be really thankful and humble about getting your gift. And it's like, be genuine and authentic, and it's like, thank you so much, it means the world to me. That is more acceptance than thank you. And we could have the victory dance in our house going, victory. Okay, so if you're with a bunch of people and you're getting the good vibes, and it was for a group, that's totally different. But if you were doing it on your own, just be careful of how it's perceived, because it could be perceived as a hostile thing. Okay, so that was the energy card that was pulled. So look for somebody who could be sabotaging this abundance. So since you're getting this knowledge now, that you can actually work for it on Monday and forgive that person already. Okay, so, and it could also be you. So don't be the sabotager. You have already forgave yourself if you worked it on Monday. And if you haven't, this is the time to cut your cords. Bradley Valentine gave us the prescription to cut cords with Archangel Michael. He said, with Archangel Michael, we cut ourselves on the left side, on the right side, on the top, on the bottom, on the front, and behind us, that everything is all cut. And then we put the bubble of protection. So if you see a lot of the yoga and this, all that is your protection bubble. A lot of people don't understand. That's how you protect yourself. You keep your feet together. You bring your hands up and over to your sides, and whoa, you're protected. It means that only love and joy can come in your flow of protection. But anything of hate and, sabotage or, affecting your reputation, that is not going to bother you. And we don't even give that kind of energy to somebody else. We want loving and kind, because you're getting your abundance on Wednesday. Woo-wee. So if you've been, you're really expecting it, the idea is don't lose faith, because it's coming. And then the month that comes into mind is November. So November is the 11, and then we celebrate November 11 as Veterans Day. 11. And it's like being prepared. It's preparing you to be thankful and sharing with others. If you're getting a bounty, it's time to think about sharing that, being generous. That's why I give a lot of free content, because I want to also be generous for those who can't afford to do anything, because it's energy to energy exchange that we're giving out there. It doesn't have to be in money. It could be the free MP3. It could be a free PDF that you put out there. It could be a free little booklet. It could be a picture, a poster. I mean, think of things that it doesn't really have to cost you money. Like I made one, a little card for a secret Valentine, and go and make cupcakes, or go and buy a little manicure set for the lady down the road or something, and offer to do their nails or something. And y'all just do something generous and out of your heart, because this is about sharing with others. Just like the pilgrims thanked them to get through this hardship and had abundance, that they did not die. And we're talking about spiritual things too, so that it's been such a long time for a lot of people, and being barren and not having gifts, and being survivor and living paycheck to paycheck, or living by faith and not really seeing it. This is the time that we thank all of these teachings, that all of this abundance is happening. So now it's, it's time to share it. Wow. Okay, so March 7th, we come into Thursday. Thursday is about thirst quenching day. It is about no more are you going to be searching. No more are you going to have dryness about you. The desert is blooming. It's growing. So now your water is actually going to be fulfilled, that you're not going to have to look no more. March is like a very powerful month. So much that you're going to learn, that you're going to tap into, and you're going to forget about all those past things, because Thursday is about the thirst quenching things. Let's see. Rosh Chodesh is about Jewish New Year, and it's also in the month of Adar, and this year they have a leap year. So it's Adar Bet, which is 2, but Bet is daughter. Bet is faith. Bet is temple. Bet is, it's just like everything is daughter, and people are not getting it. They just think it's an alphabet. And it's like, no, it is so much more. So the 2 is daughter. It's it's the bride. It's the the maiden. It's Virgo. It's all of these beautiful things that are coming in, especially on this Thursday. So we want to think about the empowerment in the Ray chakra. And being rising up, or awakening, is how I see the solar plexus. And if you have problems with this is like, you're going to start getting healing when you tap into this empowering day. It's about transformation. It helps your body get rid of joy and guilt. And we've already been working on that on Monday, but especially today, this is like, poof. And then it's like, how is this empowerment going to happen, and how is this going to make me feel? So this is a part of the new projects that are coming into play. Is just like, okay, I need to tap into that again, into this power and feeling mode. So yeah, because we're continually going to be doing this, and it's not like, oh, okay, I got this and I'm done. No. This is continual. This is going to keep going and going and going. So the cards that we got for this is the 2 of action, and look at that, is like another 2 females in there, and it's a yellow rose, and it has friendship in it. And this is about the trust in your abilities, and that you make excellent decisions. So before, you must have felt like, I was led astray so many times, and now I'm just like paralyzed, or I overanalyze, and it's like those things are coming to a pass. You are making better decisions, and to know it's excellent. The guardian angels, they're like, she's doing great, and they're applauding you. So this is about, the empowerment that you're getting from that, and to help you propel you forward into big and wonderful things. And again, this is about new partnership, and this is about career and creative endeavors. This is the big dream focus again. So it's just like, wow, these divine, they're just so awesome. I can't even tell you. So on this March 7th, which is a pathway to the healer of the arts, I see this as miracle worker, magical things. I tap into Jesus as being the one and the biggest teacher and Savior. He saved so many. He saved myself because I used all of his texts in the Bible to save myself. So yes, he is my Savior. I tap into the divine masculine, but the divine feminine with it, because he taught everything you wanted to know, and actually through Isis, through the rebirth process. And there is a video that I watched, and it is in my YouTube video. It's Divine Mother's Messages, and it is how you look at the ancient Arabic and how Maria meant something so much better, and it was just like a powerful force. And it's just like, so many people don't even look at the Bible, but I mean, I already knew that because I already decoded the Bible. But for those of you who want more proof, this is the gentleman. Do you want to go into my YouTube playlist? Because it's magical. It's like all the Bible and the people of the Bible are Egyptian. So yeah, I already knew that, and I was just like, wow, that's really cool. So it was like, it brought confirmation for me, and it will bring confirmation for you too. And the epiphany and the opening up, this reawakening and rebirthing process. And then guess what? April came to the month. Yeah, I mean, I just put the months there, and it's just like the angels are like, this card for this month, and I had no idea. So April is about the blooming and the opening and awakening process. It's being when you were dead or hibernating into awakening and living. So it's about sprouting, and it's like, people may call you a fool because April 1st is about Fool's Day, but it's not about being a fool. It's because they don't have the understanding, like Peter. I love Peter. He's like asking all these questions, and he just didn't get it. And Jesus said it would be through John, and John means God's grace. It would be only through God's grace that everything will flourish. And we have revelations to John, but guess what? Da Vinci said John was Mary Magdalene. So there you go, feminine right there. And it's only through the woman who puts the prophecies out, like the Oracle of Delphi, which is the Oracle of the Womb, the soothsayer, the fortune teller of Apollo, who looks for signs as well. And it is through her that you can have the understanding of what it truly meant. So yeah, very feminine. And it's esteric, it's fertile, it's abundant. It's just like all these little bunnies that are just multiplying. This is just going over and over and over. It's about resurrection, dead to life. The resurrection, dead to life. But not only the man, but there was a woman who was resurrected too, and she's in Acts 9. She was saved when she was a child, and also as a woman. Talitha and Tabitha, same person. So, it's all about the awakening process on Thursday. So you want to really tap into that, because, March 7th is the pathway. It's only the beginning of your journey. So how beautiful is that? Okay, Friday is a cleanse and forgive day. But guess what? You already did the forgiveness day. So today is about moving forward. So no longer are you stuck in your karmic actions. No longer are you stuck in the things that I've had. No longer are you going to be going through the trials and tribulations, because you are all being taught how to do this. Listen, open. Epiphanies should happen all the time now. And it's like, that is awesome. I mean, I had somebody that I did a reading for, and I saw a post, and it's like, she did it. It's just like, there's negative and there's positive, but when you turn into the positive, it blooms. It's beautiful. Okay, so the brewing is past, and today is 8 day So it's like there's a lot of abundant day going on. And then today is a root day. Today is about, the out of the box traditional things that you once thought, and now you're going to be replanted today. You're going to be moving into fertile soil, and you're going to start growing and blooming. So no matter, okay, so there was another story that I told a couple years ago, and it was about the two plants. So the plant that was inside the window, who was not out in the elements and just kind of dried up, and you had to move them into fertile things. Well, that plant can't survive outside unless it's gone through the trials and tribulations. So it's the plant that is outside. You're getting all of this stirring of the energy so you can delve deeper into the soil so you can bloom. Your root system is just as big as your top system, and it's amazing and it's abundant. So the plants that are inside, that is just like, they're going to die and they're going away. Okay, so the generations are going that we don't need, but they're going to be rebirthing, because I really believe in reincarnation. I never did before, but I do now after reading the Bible, because it's all there. Okay, so and it's also about EWE, because sometimes it would say oot, and then for ooh, it's like the sheep you, which is you, but I say ooh because it's not about me, it's about all of us. So she is Rachel, the woman of the Bible, who means the female sheep. And so Rachel, it means daughter, but not only daughter, but God's daughter. R-A, the sun god, the Zeus, the big Zachariah's daughter, because Zachariah and Elizabeth, who's the one who's the daughters shall be praised, it was through their son who was daughter. Yeah, it's so decoded. It's really cool. But anyways, it's through the Mary Magdalene that is like, she is reincarnated from Rachel and Queen of Sheba. So yeah, there's a reincarnation. That's where you get the transfiguration. It's like, oh, there was one thing, but it's another. But actually, they're the same spirit that's moving with all of them. So today is again about the forgiveness and acceptance and moving forward. So if you've already done that on Monday, then you have the two of emotions. And this is a romantic love. This is a deepening love. This is like a very spiritual love as well. It's like how God, Divine Mother and Father are coming together into this beautiful union, but also within us. So we become more unified. And actually this week, when I was doing my weekly cards, it has blended into our cards. I'm getting goosebumps because I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is just not for me. And then the epiphany happened last night while I was doing my nails. I was like, oh, it's for all of us. So now when I pull a card, it's not for me, it's for all of us. So this is about falling in love or renewing a love that you once had. This is like so ignited with a passionate love and a love. And I got flies. It's like, now I'm becoming sweet. All the flies are coming to me now. And it's about how this relationship is growing and prospering. It's new friendships and mutual respects, that you're going to be more respected, that you're going to respect other people because you are understanding why the certain people are in your life, and you're just like going to be in this wow. So yeah, it's really, really cool. And then we also get into the energy card, because I have another card pulled for this. This is a door to romance, and it's a 333. 333 is trans, everything's about change. So it's transformational, it's transitional, it's transformation. It's just like everything change. Trans is changing, it's deepening. It's a deep admiration, it's a deep love, it's a love that you've never felt before, that is getting deeper. So if you've been spiritual, you're going to understand and know this even more. If you are working on self-love, you're gonna really feel this kind of love. And then look at the cage, it is open. So this is like, if your heart has been concealed, it's opening up. And we're going to keep our heart open after this, because all good things are coming out of this. It is beautiful, and it's a happy change. So, yeah, all these cards support each other. So the happy change is that this is, okay, so the spiritual change is a great change that is happening with you, but also it's about a physical change too. So if there was a deal on the house that closed earlier this week, then it's like, okay, are you thinking about moving? Now is the time to really think about that. Is it time to change into, a different career path or a different creative flow in your work, or the new project? So this is a big and happy and joyous change. This is something that you've probably been waiting for, and this is helping the events to move forward. This is the propulsion. This is the motivation behind it. The inspiration. So there's going to be a lot of rapid decisions that are coming to the table today. So, but be confident that you're making the right decisions, and trust your guidance. Trust it. And then here is the action card to go behind the action. So it's like, yeah, but remember the intuition, the white horse, which is my guides. The white horse is pure and cleansed and is strength and feminine. The black is the masculine. So there's a lot of logic and a lot of thought and process going into this. So they're working together to propel you forward. So to trust in that. And then we have the month of July, which is freedom rebel. The little rebel, but into the right words, it becomes freedom. It is about being cut open and awakening. So that comes to the table again on March 8th. Now we're getting into Saturday, March 9th, and this is the new moon. This is like things that have been, that's in the darkness. So it's like you're going through a darkness, but it's a good darkness, because it says that, there's a lot of beautiful things that even in the darkness or in the dryness, there's still an abundance that is happening. So if you feel like you've been in the darkness, you're becoming more open and awake, and you're going to be like that moon where it casts different shadows and reflections. And then it's about the daughter, which is Saturday means daughter. It means Rebecca and how she sat on the idols, but it wasn't to protect the people from idol worship. It was to protect the person who was coming again as a savior to save everyone, because I do believe that not everyone is going to get this message in time, but there is somebody, and she was protected, and her name is Tabitha, and she's in Acts 9:36 to 39. She was also Talitha, and I mentioned her earlier, but that is the child of Mary and Jesus, and it is a real bloodline. It's not just spiritual. It is a real bloodline. Okay, so then we go into the root chakra, which is Rachel again. So you're going to know a lot about Rachel. And Rachel is the daughter of Jacob. Jacob was named Israel, and so was Rachel. Because you don't know this, but yeah, she was. So because Rebecca said she became the mother of Israel, and she both had Jacob the son and Rachel the daughter. So both of them are made Israel. There's a masculine and a feminine person. Jesus and Mary Magdalene are both of those people who had the daughter. So it's just like the I am of the I am, the root of all roots. So the messenger of thought, which was the opening up for the month of May, is our ending card for this Saturday of the sitting of the promise and how the ark was sitting, and then at the end of the rainbow is the pot of gold. This is all coming back into center, into that thought. This is about again the documents and reviewing things over again. There's so much more to learn to move forward, because you just learned so much already just in this reading that you're like, oh my gosh. Just handle it one day after another day. That's why we're doing these. So this is also a knowledgeable person that is being brought into you. This is a person that you can trust and has brilliance behind them. I mean, like physical brilliance and illumination. So you'll see that as well. So there's lots of new